Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Very quickly, I want to cover two recent reported police shootings of teenagers in the media. First, we'll cover the April 29th killing of 15-year-old Jordan Edwards in Texas. Then, we'll cover the 15-year-old who was killed reportedly in San Diego, but his name wasn't put out. When this news broke headlines April 29th, the headlines were emphasizing white police officer shoots black teen. And we've seen so many stories like this in recent years at an ever increasing pace since the death of Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was a contrived news story made for television audiences, just as so many of these other killings have been. Michael Brown, and all the other ones you know about. This story right here is no different. And I'm going to show you how this ritual is sponsored by the Fraternal Order of Police. So look, this story of the white officer killing the black teen in Texas, it came April 29th, the 119th day of the year. 119, the reflection of 911, the number you dial for the police. The Fraternal Order of Police, a very real fraternity, essentially a Masonic fraternity for police officers. If you want to see a good movie about Freemasonry and police, check out the movie Filth. The word filth in gematria sums to 55. It came out on the writer of the story's 55th birthday, Irvine Welsh, which was also the Jesuit order's birthday. Check out that movie, all about police and Freemasonry and corruption. Anyhow, Fraternal Order of Police in gematria sums to 119, just like All-Seeing Eye, and their symbol clearly has the All-Seeing Eye on it. And if you study the pentagram, where the all-seeing eye is, in the pentagram, the symbol that represents spiritual enlightenment, that's what the point's all about at the top. This branch of the star represents the human body. You know, the Fraternal Order of Police with the all-seeing eye on that component, as if it's watching the masses, you know? And think about this nation. Think about how many police are in this nation. All-seeing eye. So anyhow, we get this news story from the 119th day of the year, sponsored by your Masonic police fraternity, which love to abuse their power and provoke the masses who they know can do nothing about it. You know, this is a nation where police are protected. You can't touch a police officer unless you want to sit in a cell for the rest of your life. So that's why these men know they can participate in these propaganda stories that are meant to stir up hate and provoke the masses. The powers that shouldn't be, that put out these productions with the news they control, they want the population acting out and going after police. Because for every person who does that, you know, they'll get put in a cell. And they'll become part of the prison industrial complex. Read the amendment that abolished slavery. It abolished it for all people except for criminals. And in this nation, we have millions of criminals, and they very much are a slave population. So anyhow, the officer who shot this young black teenager, his name was Roy Oliver, R.O., in Balch Springs, Texas. Notice the name Roy Oliver in full reduction sums to 58, like Freemasonry, like secret society. The name Roy in English ordinals also 58. The word fraternal is 58. The Fraternal Order of Police, 119th day of the year shooting. His initials RO have gematria of 33, like KKK. Like police, like masonry, like secrecy, like race war. Think about the beating of Rodney King on 3-3 by the LAPD. This number 33 used again and again in this propaganda. They buried Trayvon Martin on March 3rd. The initials TM, like trademark for Trayvon Martin. Show you something here, Truth Seeker. Let's just pull up the calculator. TM, 33. His killer was GZ, George Zimmerman, 33. Trayvon, when spelled correctly, in gematria sums to 38 and 74, like killing, like death, like murder. I'm going to show you how 38 and 74 also connect to this young man. The name Trayvon Martin. Gematria of 64, like civil rights. That's what these stories are meant to provoke. Remember also the gematria of 71, which connects to African American and where this young man, the 15-year-old, was killed. So Balch Springs, Texas, where they killed the 15-year-old African American by the white officer, as they put it. You know, they don't say the European American officer. Anyway, Balch Springs, Texas, 71, like African American. If you missed my video on the movie about Nat Turner, which grossed $7.1 million, check it out. Whole lot of 71 in the reporting of that film. Anyhow, they said this young man was 15 years old, and when you write out 15, it sums to 38, like death, like killing, like murder, like Trayvon, and like many others. Number we find around ritualistic death all the time. This young 15-year-old was named Jordan Edwards, having gematria 55, like the word sacrifice. The name Edwards alone is 74, like killing, like Masonic. The date he died, April 29, 2017, it was a date with a life lesson number of 43. The word Edwards also has gematria 43. In these stories, one of two things are going on. Either people are purposefully being targeted to be murdered by the numbers, or they're entirely making up the story and no one's dead. It's a complete fiction put out there to provoke for the sake of the ongoing agenda. Remember last year, about a year ago this time, we had the provoking stories, Alton Sterling, Philando Castile, and then the next day we had the retaliatory shooting in Dallas, Texas. Go back and see all that work. I told people that was going to happen before it happened. I said that's what they're going for. They're going for the reaction. Because right now in this nation, there's a bill called Blue Lives Matter, which is impacting more and more states. It's creating more and more state and federal money for police to put more police on the street, higher powered weapons, more body armor, more armored vehicles, turning the police more and more into a military force. And they're saying the reasoning for this additional funding and equipping is because there's more and more threats to police because of what's happening in the media with presenting police as racist killers, etc. This is all part of a planned agenda and narrative we're living out, and we, the people of this nation, are watching the police state be built around us. Cameras, those armored police vehicles we never saw a decade ago. So now more familiar numbers. 15-year-old with a BB gun. This reminds us of Tamir Rice out of Cleveland. Cleveland, one of the only cities in the nation that sums to 33. Tamir Rice has that gematria of 96 like Freemason, also 147 like Freemason. Again, it is Freemasonry controlling the police, staging these stories by the numbers. And I forgot to put Cleveland up there for you, but Cleveland, 33 like race war. There's the story of the homeless couple, young black couple being shot 137 times by Cleveland police, 137 the 33rd prime. They said the young black couple was homeless, 33. Watch the hit TV show House of Cards. It's the last season, I believe. There's a homeless woman on the street, and she's asked, "How long have you lived here for?" And she goes, "I've lived on this block for 33 years. House of Cards is as real as your nightly news because it's all a script, it's all theater. Anyhow, San Diego, the shooting of this 15-year-old. San Diego 38, like 15 38, like killing 38. The name of the school where he was shot is called Torrey Pines. Torrey equals 38, like murder, like death. They said the police officers had body cameras when they killed this young man, and the tape might be released later. We'll see if that happens. Notice Torrey Pines also sums to 74, like San Diego, like killing. Just like Edwards, same numbers we just talked about here. Exact same numbers. It's always so redundant. This happened on May 6th, 2017, a date that's written 6/5 in most parts of the world. The shooting happened at Torrey Pines, 65, body cameras, 65. It was a date numerology of 48, matching the words propaganda, hoax, Freemason. It's always the same, truth seeker. Always. And I lean towards both of these shootings likely being complete fiction, meaning no one really died, no one really got killed. If someone did, it makes the ritual all the more sick. Either way, it needs to be exposed what's going on in this nation, how we're being sold out by the people we pay for. Police officers are paid for by our tax dollars. We are paying for our own enslavement and the tyranny that torments us every day. All right, truth seeker. Actually, before we go, I just want to show you this real quick. I'm going to link this down below in the description. I think if I do a search here in my blog, Filth55, this should pull it up right here. I want to link this post so you can read through this. The movie Filth, which released on the 55th birthday of the writer of the film. This movie is so ripe with Masonic symbolism, numbers. It's just mind-blowing, And it's all right in a movie trying to tell you the truth. Most people are just laughing away thinking they're watching a comedy, but really what they're watching is the truth and a mocking of the masses. So I'll link this. Important additional information. All right, truth seeker. Until next time.